is no Trump.
That's right.
There have been other presidents who have tested the constitutional limits of their power, but none have been such an
Picture this intense moment right now. Two of the biggest Hollywood heavyweights sitting on live television, staring straight into the camera and completely unloading on Donald Trump without holding anything back.
I accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you.
F-bombs dropping left and right, the entire studio audience losing their minds with cheers and applause. Robert De Niro looking dead serious and calling Trump so fucking stupid, a malignant narcissist, and a full-on sociopath in front of millions of viewers. Then Jimmy Kimmel jumps in with that sharp, perfect late-night delivery and describes Trump as the ultimate 80s movie bully who steals your lunch money and never stops. And right after that, as we all expected, Trump completely loses it and goes absolutely nuts. If you love this kind of raw, dramatic, no-filter political entertainment that mixes real anger, sharp humor, big cultural moments, and non-stop drama, then smash that like button right now.
Have both been immortalized on social media by our former president, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We have, I think this might have been the first time he wrote about you.
Maybe Caroline's doing a poor job. I don't know. She's my representative. You're doing a terrible job. Should we keep her? I think we'll keep her.
Can make a difference with people and influence.
We're on the set of Jimmy Kimmel Live. The studio lights are bright and hot. The audience is completely packed and already buzzing with excitement before anything even starts. Then Robert De Niro, the legendary Oscar-winning actor famous for his intense, unforgettable roles in classics like Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, and The Godfather, walks out to the stage. But tonight, he's not here to promote any new movie or talk about acting. He's here to speak his mind openly and freely, and from the very first sentence, he holds absolutely nothing back.
If we allow Trump to go any further, he'll just take more and more and more and more. People have to push back peacefully in the streets all the time, everywhere.
Brendan Carr is the most embarrassing car Republicans have embraced since this one. And,
You know, the groceries and everything else.
De Niro looks straight ahead with that signature intense no-smile stare and drops the line, "Yeah, he's so fucking stupid." The crowd instantly erupts in loud cheering and wild applause. You can literally feel the energy in the room shift in seconds. When powerful, unfiltered words like these are spoken live on national television, they don't land as simple jokes or casual late-night comments. They actually signal something much deeper happening across American culture right now. Frustration from Hollywood stars, from late-night comedy shows, from regular everyday Americans, all starting to overlap and explode in one powerful moment. De Niro keeps building the pressure. He says Trump can't even come up with anything clever or smart in his responses, that everything always feels weak, obvious, and repetitive.
He hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all, in any way, shape, or form.
people to attack. They are going after sign language. The National Association for the Deaf is suing the Trump administration because they cut all the sign.
Then comes the line that hits even harder and gets the biggest reaction. He's a fucking. The bleep covers it quickly, but the entire audience knows exactly what he meant, and they go absolutely wild again. But De Niro doesn't stop at just surface-level insults. He takes it much deeper into Trump's personality and psychology. He explains that in his view, it's all an act, that almost everything Trump does comes from a place of deep insecurity. He calls him deeply, deeply insecure, labels him a malignant narcissist, and even refers to him as a sociopath. With every single word, De Niro's voice stays firm, serious, and full of real emotion.
The original No Kings protest was 250 years ago. Americans decided they didn't want to live under the rule of King George III. They declared their independence and...
Maybe Caroline's doing a poor job. I don't know. She's my representative. You're doing a terrible job. Should we keep her? I think we'll keep her.
He's deeply, deeply insecure. This
isn't comedy for him. It feels personal. The studio audience explodes into loud applause and standing cheers after almost every strong line. You can see people clapping hard, some even standing up. These kinds of raw moments don't just entertain the crowd in the studio, they clearly show how deeply divided America has become in recent years. One side is completely fired up and agreeing with every word, while the other half of the country is watching the same clips and getting more angry and defensive by the second. Let me pause here for a quick second. I really want to hear from you. Drop your honest opinion in the comments right now.
Must be stopped now. Amen. It's time to say no to kings. It's time to say no to Donald Trump. We've had enough.
The fingers, maybe a two, and you know how constipated he is.
So is this how things are going to go from now on?
We also got a new motto at the FCC. Sticks and stones may break your bones.
When a highly respected actor like Robert De Niro speaks this bluntly and emotionally about a former president and major political figure, do you think it's brave, necessary, and important for public discussion? Or do you believe celebrities should completely stay out of politics and stick to entertainment? Be respectful, but tell me what you really think. I read every single comment and we can have a real conversation down there. Now, right when the energy in the studio is peaking, Jimmy Kimmel steps in smoothly and adds his own perfect touch to the conversation. Kimmel, the undisputed king of sharp political satire, says, "I talk about Trump more than anything else because he's a bully. I just don't like bullies." He then gets very personal and relatable with the audience.
Crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way. 250 million Americans are not garbage.
This is not AI or a Donald Trump impersonator. This is our president.
Telling them that he played the clarinet in high school, which brings big laughs and even more cheering. Then he delivers one of the most memorable and shareable lines of the entire night. Donald Trump is an old-fashioned 80s movie-style bully, the kind who takes your lunch money. And if you give it to him once... That simple but extremely effective analogy works so well because almost every viewer can instantly picture exactly what he means from their own school days or old movies. It turns complicated and heavy political criticism into something easy to understand, funny, memorable, and very easy to share online.
We don't use the straight. Other countries use the straight. So we do have other countries coming up and they'll help out, but we don't use it. It won't be easy. It won't be, I would say this, we will have that open fairly soon.
Not to. I mean, there's no reason not to think that Mars and all these planets don't have life, you know.
Powerful mandate. We have...
While De Niro brought raw intensity and serious emotion, Kimmel brings humor, storytelling, and accessibility that reaches even more people who might normally tune out serious political talk. Together, these two very different men, one known for dramatic, intense acting and the other for comedy and satire, create one of the strongest and most talked about anti-Trump moments we've seen on late-night television in a long time. As soon as these clips started spreading across the internet like wildfire, reactions went completely nuclear. Trump supporters immediately pushed back hard, calling it nothing but biased Hollywood elite nonsense and using it to defend their candidate even more passionately. On the other side, critics and many viewers praised both De Niro and Kimmel for finally saying out loud what so many people had been thinking for years. This single TV appearance ended up deepening the already massive political and cultural divide in the country even further. And of course, we can't forget how Trump himself reacted to all of this. True to his style, he went absolutely nuts in response. Instead of calmly addressing any of the actual points they raised, Trump launched strong personal attacks, calling De Niro a washed-up actor, low IQ, and someone who should be ashamed of himself. He went after Kimmel too, labeling him unfunny, boring, and just another failing late-night host. Trump quickly flipped the entire narrative into out-of-touch Hollywood elites versus real America, which immediately fired up his loyal base. The more celebrities and media figures attack him, the stronger and louder his supporters seem to rally behind him. This endless back-and-forth cycle is exactly why these kinds of moments keep growing bigger and louder every single time they happen. So what does this entire explosive situation really tell us about where America stands today? Entertainment and politics are now fully mixed together, and it looks like there's no going back anytime soon. Celebrities with huge platforms are actively using their voices to influence millions of people, and every time something like this airs, the national conversation gets louder, more emotional, and more divided than before. Whether you personally agree with De Niro and Kimmel or strongly disagree, their words created a powerful cultural moment that millions of people will still be